we're here at this event, which I think is pretty cool because it gives us an opportunity to learn more about the challenges of Moroccan cinema and where it's heading, and what's its place within the international marketplace. I myself, I lived in the US for about 20 years, and right now I think my main goal is to continue making independent movies here in Morocco, but still writing for the US market. So I'm kind of have like two different jobs, and one which is making passion films, and the other one is basically writing much more mainstream. I think there's so much potential here. It's so rich in stories, and the culture is so rich. I think there's so much to be drawn into the culture and to actually translate into films, which is something I'm really passionate about. It's something that you don't find often. It's that richness of that pool of stories that you can draw from. I made a film called Kandisha, which I would never have made if I was in the US. It's a perfect example of what you can draw from the culture here in Morocco. So I'm working on a few projects. I have a few projects in development. They range from very formatted genre films, horror films, because that's one of my hobbies, is to make horror films, and then more personal films like L'Orchestre de Minuit or Kandisha, or these films that are much more personal. So I like to balance both, and it gives me freedom to basically express myself as a filmmaker in those small independent films. And then I'm trying to make obviously bigger movies, hopefully moving into the studio system, which is not an easy thing to do, but always fighting for it, because that's one of my goals. And so basically I think this is a perfect crossroad today in Morocco. Is so much going on here in Morocco. Is so much going on that it's a perfect place to be in if you want to think and launch a career, right? So yeah, I mean, what's happening tonight, and also what the instances are doing, like CCM and and the festivals here in Morocco. They're really trying to push all these young talents to make films that have that can carry a voice further than just locally, and I think that's super exciting, and I'm definitely drawn into that circle. So again, my goal is just to continue making films that are personal, making films that are more genre driven, and I invite everyone who wants to write or direct to just take a piece of paper. That's how it starts. Start writing. There's nothing to it. Then you learn. Obviously, get rejection. I've lived through years and years of rejection myself when I was in the US, and I think that's how you learn. You don't learn by getting yeses. You learn by getting no's, and at least it worked for me. So I think maybe if I would say that something is a bit missing here, is that consensual way of looking at scripts, whatever the genre. And I think once we get that, once we all agree that a script should work, whatever its genre, in a certain way, that it should be accessible, that it should be something that's entertaining. I think once we have that in Morocco, we'll probably rise higher than anybody, because obviously when it comes to directing and images, there's nothing here that we can envy. We don't envy any other country. I mean, what we do here in terms of image quality and directing is near perfect. So I think what's really missing to me is maybe the writing, and that's where I think we need a push. So yeah, I think the road, we're already on the road to that. Hopefully I can contribute a little bit in helping young filmmakers have an understanding about what should be, which path to take. And again, I prefer to be in the back office making films. But thank you for interviewing me. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it, and I wish you guys luck. And Morocco World News. So I wish you guys a happy New Year 2024, and all the best to come.